Sunday, time for another episode of Record Collecting with the Quill. It's the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America, and it's Independence Day, as they say. So, the theme for today, of course, is America. We're gonna have a little bit of America or USA-related albums. But first, you know the drill. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that little notice bell as well. And also feel free to share with your friends who you think might enjoy things like this. So let's start. First one, classic. When you're talking American albums and albums from USA, this one, of course, Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, an iconic cover and an iconic album as well. Even though it's kind of funny, a lot of people see it as a really patriotic album, and it is, but it's quite it deals with the aftermath of the Vietnam War, and it's quite critical against the United States as well. But you can't really have an episode with an American theme and not mention this one. Great album, of course. So many great songs on this one. This is a nice Japanese pressing I got a couple of years ago. Cool, you know, we love the Obies here. And you have the previous albums there as well. A mandatory album to have. Everyone should have it, whether you like Bruce Springsteen or not. Next one, a little bit of an earlier one, and a band I've been enjoying quite a lot lately. It's Grateful Dead. American Beauty. This is arguably their best album. I think that it's their 5th album, if I'm correct. Some great tracks here. Friend of the Devil, you have Trucking, perhaps their most famous song. And a great band. I didn't enjoy them really when I was younger. I remember I bought a bunch of Grateful Dead albums at I think it was a flea market or something, or some sort of auction. And I had them for years and never really listened to them, but I've been getting into them quite a lot lately. Cool American band. And this is one I see now when I look at it. It's probably a contender for best artwork as well. I really enjoy. They usually have a lot of cool artworks, actually. So Grateful Dead, American Beauty, something to play on 4th of July. Next one, this is an old favorite of mine. Guitarist Rick Derringer, All-American Boy. He's famous, he was in the Sloopies. Hang-Ons, they did Hang-On Sloopy, and the band is McCoys. I think I'm correct. If I'm not, you may sue me. He also played as a studio guitarist. He was with Johnny Winter and played with them, and this is a great album. You have some great tracks, the most famous one being Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, but there's some really great, a bunch of other cool songs as well. And also what I like about this album is it has my favorite drummer, Bobby Caldwell from Captain Beyond, is playing drums on quite a few of the tracks here, and does some amazing work as well. This is a cool album. I think it was really popular. You have a foldout here as well with him and his guitar. Cool one. You have some great tracks. Cheap Tequila, Jump Jump Jump. Some really cool, actually, some cool ballads on this one. I quite enjoy his ballads as well. But a great guitar player as well. Check that one out, All-American Boy. Next one is, it's almost named exactly the same. Ian Hunter, All-American Alien Boy. I don't know if it's a nod to Rick Derringer's album. And this is also a great one. Ian Hunter from Up the Hoople. And what stands out with this album, apart from being a great album, is you have Jacob Pastorius on bass on this one, playing some tremendous stuff. The best bass player ever, I guess. And short-lived. He didn't do as a lot of guest works on albums, but this I think he did it mainly for the money of this one, because at the time he wasn't that famous, I believe. So great album. check the one out, Ian Hunter, All American Alien Boy. Of course, this is a band we always come back to. Grand Funk. We're an American band. Of course you are. You're an American band. This is cool. Also nice Japanese. It's not the first pressing. I think it's a reissue of Japanese, but our obis that we love. And They Want You. Also great album. Some great tracks on this one. We're an American band is obviously their most famous hit, but there's some other cool stuff as well. The Railroad, Walk Like a Man is really cool as well. Stop Looking Back, yeah, mandatory album to have as well. Here's maybe not such a famous album. It's Good Rats, Great American Music. They've been around since I believe mid 60s, and it's mainly famous around the New York area. They had a couple of albums in the 70s and early 80s that went a bit bigger, but they've been playing around the club scene in New York for, as I said, since the 60s, and they're still around even though they're on any original members. And what stands out with this one, and the reason I got it really, is because, you know, me as a Kiss collector, you have a young Bruce Kulick with a nice mustache there on guitar. He did one album with him. And you also have a guy called Joe Franco on drums there. He later played with Twisted Sister on their last album, I believe, Love Is For Suckers. But this is actually cool. It's kind of FM A&R rock, some cool stuff. Worth checking out. Cool one. Great American Music on 4th of July. Next one is a little bit weird. It's a Canadian band actually. Famous for this song, you have the Guess Who, American Woman. The last album they did with Randy Bachman before he later went to Bachman Turner Overdrive. This album is a little bit beat up, I believe. Yeah, it's a cool one. Some fallouts, some lyrics and stuff as well. But apart from the big hit song, there's some great tracks on this one as well. I quite enjoy this one. No Sugar Tonight is a really cool song. And When Friends Fall Out. I quite enjoy this one, so it's worth checking out as well. They are more than a one-hit wonder. Yeah, American Woman. And I prefer this version compared with the Lenny Kravitz version. I remember when I first heard that one, I thought, nah, he kind of destroyed that song, didn't he? This one this is another of those albums I had it around for years and bought it probably cheap somewhere and haven't really listened to it. But I gave it a listen a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually quite a good album. The production is what it is. I mean, being a late 80s album, but it's Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, American Dream. But there's some really great tracks on this one. So I quite enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I always enjoyed that track, American Dream, but there's some other cool stuff as well. And I will post some favorites in the Spotify playlist. American Dream, Crosby, Stills and Nash. Talking about Nash, it's kind of near going to Cash. This is Johnny Cash. It's a sort of a theme. It is the album is called America, and it tells the whole history of the beginning of America as a nation. This is not his greatest album. There's some enjoyable stuff as well, but it's a little bit mixed between music, and he also there's a lot of speaking stuff, like what do you call it in English? Narrative, I guess. So it's not of those. There's better Johnny Cash albums, but it's, as I said, still enjoyable, and it fits the theme for today. And to round things, going full circle, we started with Bruce Springsteen, and born in the USA, and we're ending with probably my favorite of all these albums is MC5, Back in the USA, and going full circle in that John Landau, Bruce Springsteen's longtime manager and producer, was the guy who produced this album. And this is just a great rock and roll album, pure energy, some great tracks as well, and a fantastic band, MC5. If you haven't listened to them, buy their stuff. I mean, this one, you have the live album, and also, was it called High Time? Yeah, I believe so. My memory is not getting better with age. High Tide. Yeah. We'll sort it out in the comment section, I guess. Well, that's it for my American themed episode of today. So once again, congratulations to America and all my American friends out there. As usual, I will put a couple of tracks from each album I mentioned here on the Spotify playlist. You find a link down below. And also make sure to check out our social media with the QUILL. We're back rehearsing again, and it's fun as, yeah, you guessed it, it's fun as hell again. But it was a little bit, I was really tired actually after the first rehearsal. It takes a lot of strength to start singing again, but cool nonetheless. So it's getting hot in here. It's a hot summer day. It's a hot summer's day here in Sweden, so I'll go out and get a little bit of fresh air, and then I'll get back here and play some more records. See you all again next week. Wonder what country have a national holiday or something. Maybe Ethiopia or something. We'll see. But thanks for now, and see you all again next week. Cheers.